before I start the video, I just want to say that I'm an absolute idiot because for some stupid reason I thought I should record the video before I had all the skins, or all the costumes, I guess, and now I have them all. Hold on, let me go down. These don't really make the list anyway, but I did think that had I had them a little bit longer, maybe one of them would have made the list. So, and also the the heist skins that just came out. I don't have that yet, but had I known what these skins were when I made this video, one of them would have been on the list for sure. So that's my bad. But yeah, I'm an idiot. Enjoy the video though. Hey guys, welcome to my top 10 favorite Spider-Man costumes in Spider-Man PS4. This game is a fantastic game, and I think we've all been waiting for something like this for quite some time. When you beat it 100%, it offers a lot of different kind of Spider-Man suits from the comics and from the movies, and so I think it's really cool, and I think you guys are really gonna enjoy my list, my top 10 favorite Spider-Man costumes in Spider-Man PS4. Number 10 on my list goes to the Spider Armor Mark 10 suit. Now this suit is very shiny, and I just love it for so many reasons. Like it's really fun to just swing around the city and see all the little reflections from the different towers and the sun. It's a beautiful suit, and in the comics, this suit, I think I remember seeing something. This suit went up against Iron Man, I'm pretty sure, one time, and it was actually pretty neat because it packs punch. I didn't use it that much in the story because I prefer, in playing story mode, I prefer to use the normal Insomniac Spider-Man suit because it keeps to the story. Although later, you guys will see number 1. Number 9 on this list is the Spider Armor Mark II suit. This suit reminds me a lot of Hawkeye's Ronin costume that he uses in the comic books, and it just looks very cool. Like, it looks kind of like a ninja. And if you guys don't know, Hawkeye is my favorite Marvel hero. So if it relates to Ronin or anything to do with Hawkeye, then it's a win. But it kind of does look like Ronin from the comic books, and it's very shiny. It has like gold and black. Reminds me a little bit of Tron too, and it's a very slick costume. I think a lot of people like this costume. For obvious reasons. Just look at it. This thing's beautiful, and it looks futuristic too. And that's one of the other cool things about like wearing the suit is when you wear like Spider-Man 2099 or this, or like the stealth suit. It's just, I don't know. It's like kind of futuristic, and it's neat. Number 8 on this list is the Spider-Man Noir costume. Now, Spider-Man Noir is probably my all-time favorite Spider-Man comic book. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just very neat. It's kind of like Batman, and it's like a darker tone. And, Peter Parker is a darker character in this, and it's just, I don't know, it's an interesting read. I just overall enjoyed it. However, the Noir costume doesn't have the classic spider on the back, which I'm pretty sure the Noir costume in the comic books has, like, it's not a spider. I feel like it has like something on its back, and it's fine because the newer Spider-Man Noir costume doesn't, and so just relate to what's new. So you can't always get the classics, like you don't get spoiler alert, you don't get the Iron Spider original costume, the red and gold, but that's fine. But the costume's nice. It's it's missing like trench coat, and he also carries a gun, which is a small bit weird, seeing how he doesn't use it. But you don't kill people with Spider. I get it, but yeah, and his suit power is also really neat. It makes it so people won't call back up whenever you use it, and it's very helpful for stealth missions. So number 7 on this list is the Scarlet Spider costume. Now, the Scarlet Spider costume in the comics is worn by Ben Reilly, who is a clone of Peter Parker, and that storyline is also very neat. But obvious reasons they didn't make this Ben Riley, because you know it's a game and it's costumes, and it makes sense, and I'm perfectly okay with that. It would have been definitely would have been really cool if they did. But you know, it's understandable. Now this costume, unlike the comic version, it has a hood, but you can't wear it. And I think it would have been a neat idea to like make the cape, or not the cape, the hood removable. Like Assassin's Creed, when they had I think it was Assassin's Creed 3, and they had the ability to take off your hood, because Scarlet Spider has it, and I mean it's a little weird that he doesn't wear it. Yeah, I mean a lot of people wanted it. I was looking around and watching videos like this, and people were saying that they wanted the hood too. So I mean, you know, we could put the hood. Maybe, probably not, but maybe it'll be an update and we'll get the hood. But yeah, it's definitely a really cool suit. It's definitely different, and I like that a lot, because it's like, I don't know, it's a break. You know, you have like that blue vest, spider symbol on the back, and it's slick red with the little gadgets on the arms and legs, and it's really just a nice costume. Number 6 on this list is the negative suit. Now the negative suit is very, I would say, I mean it is different. It uses the same costume as the Insomniac games Spider-Man, like where it's the same costume, it's just black and white, but it's really a really cool costume, because like when you go in the shadows, it has like the face looks like it's glowing, and I think it's kind of cool because when you also spoilers if you guys didn't know, Mr. Negative is the main villain in this game. Well, not the, I mean, well, yeah, he's the main villain. And it's neat to have like a costume that's like, you know, related to him, because I mean if you guys play, you know that we have the actual final boss costume that relates to that villain. But it's kind of cool to have like this nice black and white costume, and it's not, you know, like Venom, but I feel like until we get the symbiote costume, we can, you know, this is pretty close. I mean, not very close, but it has the black texture and then the white spider on it, and yeah. So I mean, closest we have so far, and it's just overall really cool. The power for this I actually used a lot in the main story, and also for getting 100% around the city is he uses a negative wave attack where he like kind of hits the ground and shoots like a wave of negative energy, and it shoots everyone away and it does damage. And it was really helpful for crowd control, because I mean I'm not really the best at handling the Sable agents. The other guys are really easy, but the Sable agents always give me a problem, and it just made it easier to take care of them. So number 5 on this list is the wrestler suit Spider-Man. Like, this suit is so different. He doesn't have the gloves. He's in a sweater, and I mean, it even goes back to the original Peter Parker, where he used to wear a yellow sweater, but I mean, red's not that far, and I'm sure he wore different sweaters, but it's cool to see the origin of the wrestler Spider-Man. As everyone knows, Spider-Man, or Peter Parker, started off as a wrestler to, I would say, test his powers when he first got them, but I don't even think it was a test. It was like to get money, or I can't even remember, but it's just a really cool costume. It even has the stitching in the back of the hood. Like, you can see there's buttons and stitching. It has like it looks like it's Sharpie. It's kind of faded, that spider on the back, and it's just high in detail. Like, this suit, it looks really good. And the reason it's higher on the list than some of the other cooler suits is because it's just, when you use it, it kind of gives you a different feel for Spider-Man. Like, when you play the main story and you're using the suit, it's kind of like, it's not an origin story, but it kind of gives you that vibe, you know? Like, this is my first time as Spider-Man, and it's just a really cool suit to be wearing during the beginning of the game. So, yeah. Number 4 on this list, I chose the Stark suit, because when you're playing around and you're going through the city, it's like, there's something about this suit Like, it looks so high in detail that it's almost like watching a movie, especially during the cutscenes. When you play the story and you use the suit, this is one of the, I think it's the second, well, actually technically the third only suit that I used when I was playing the game. I only used 3 suits during the story, and this was one of them. And the cutscenes looked so good. Like, it was like watching a movie. And I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I haven't really decided on favorites yet, but he's definitely up there. Like, he was very interesting and a very developed take on Spider-Man, and he's very different than like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, but he's definitely cool. And the suit is beautiful. Like, if you look at it, I don't think the PlayStation camera really shows off how good it looks, but this suit looks so good. Like, it's so clean looking, and the textures, like if you zoom into the suit, the textures of this suit, it's almost like you can see the threads. It looks so clean. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's a great suit. Now for number 3 on this list, I had to choose 2 because they're not really the same costume. They're very different. They have different powers. They look very different. But for number 3, it was very special because when I was doing free roam, I really only ever used these 2 suits. Like, I use majority of the skins or the suits on this list, but these 2 I used the most. When I went to go fight Tombstone, I used these suits because I don't know, there's something about them. Everybody loves Spider-Man 2099. The suits in Spider-Man 2099 look so different, and I think that's why everybody likes them, is because it's like it's all blue with some red rather than well, I would say all red, but I mean, all red, no blue. But it's like, I don't know, it's different. He has the vampire, aspect of him. He has the little hand claws, or the I would guess wrist claws, and the hand, I don't even know what you call them, like nails, I guess. Like a bat or vampire or something, and it just looks cool. In the 2099 white suit, very different, and I love it for almost the same reasons, except it's red and white, and it looks kind of like Iron Man, Like, when you look at that helmet, it has like the little circles on the side, and it looks very futuristic, and it gives you a break from the red and blue, and it looks just fantastic. Like, even in this game, Insomniac did such a great game, or a great job with this game, and they made this suit look so good. Like, the reflections, the face, it's so perfectly chiseled, and it looks so great. So for number 2 on this list, I had to go with the classic Spider-Man costume. When you first use this costume in the beginning of the game, it leads you into such a fantastic game. It's so compelling. The story's great. It's just beautiful. The character development in this game is fantastic, and it's one of the best video games I've played. It's kind of like the Batman Arkham series, and a lot of people relate it to that, but it shares some, relations, and so, I think a lot of people see it. This suit is a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. The red and blue, it's iconic. Everybody knows Spider-Man for red and blue. This suit in the game, it's not really different. It kind of reminds me of the cartoon of I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man or something. And it was, what's that guy's name? The Drake Bell who voiced him, and it was alright. But this Spider-Man suit, it looks great. And I think if you use this suit during the story, it gives you different feels than using the Insomniac Games suit. It's kind of like, it's very different. It gives you a different idea of the story, because you're playing as like classic Spider-Man, and it's just, I don't know, it's different. Now for number 1 on this list, I chose the vintage comic book suit because I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. There is nothing I loved more than swinging around the city in this nicely shaded suit. it looks so good, and it looks. I mean, I was about to say it looks so good again, but I mean, like, I'm gonna say it 4 billion times, because this suit is so beautiful. When I first saw this suit, I hadn't even gotten the game yet. When I first saw this suit, I was like, I'm not gonna spend any of my points until I get this suit. So when I got it, I played it, and I waited until this suit was available. Then I bought it instantly. I used this in the story multiple times, mostly during the school campus thing, when you're on the school campus and trying to find the doctor. I can't remember his name, but like, this suit, it looks so good, and I love things that look vintage, and I love it because it's like, I don't know, it's the original, and it just makes it so great. I love this suit so much. So yeah, that's my top 10 list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have a list, comment it down below. I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you guys next time.